The following may contain language and subject matter which is not appropriate for all audiences.
Okay, well, since we're already recording,
What the hell is going on?
all right, Pedigree Trap, go.
What's that?
The Pedigree Trap?
The Pedigree Trap.
Well, it's kind of like this whole idea. Was that an accident outside the studio?
I wish it wasn't.
That would have been nice.
Almost.
Live footage.
Well, the Pedigree Trap is kind of like, well, it's the trap that people fall into among a lot of things, right? If you think that if someone works for a large corporation or law firm, especially for a large law firm, like, right? So from a lot of people's perspectives, if you see someone who works at a super large law firm, you're sitting there thinking, oh, that person must be a really great lawyer.
Right, because I think they're professional.
Or just really good at what they do.
Yeah.
Because they work for the fancy firm.
Yeah, I would assume.
Or someone who went to Harvard or Oxford or Cambridge. You're like, oh, that person must be really smart.
Yes, I do make these assumptions.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
What do you think? Just because you have a label on it, you're not intelligent.
Well,
Like if you have the Harvard label, everyone assumes, oh my God, he's got to be book smart and successful.
no. I mean, the Harvard label might be nice, but I mean, come on. I mean, there's a bunch of space taken up for legacies. There's a bunch of space taken up for bootstraps. So yeah, I mean, you might have to drill down and find out: are you a legacy, or do you play sports? Do you whatever? If you find somebody that went to Harvard and they're an Asian dude, chances are that dude kicks ass in standardized tests and schoolwork.
Okay.
That's just the way it is. I mean, because think about it. Prince Charles went to Cambridge, and he's supposed to be dumber than a box of hammers.
Well, anyone who's like super rich or in a position of power like that, I assume they just get a free degree.
Well, he did, and it's
So I see what you mean. Cambridge doesn't mean shit over his name.
who?
Prince, whatever.
Oh,
I think he's trying to say Cambridge.
oh, okay.
I didn't go to any schools at all.
Well, and
And that goes back to the Southern accent thing.
yeah, what is it with that?
I like it.
Why do you think Southerners?
I want to meet the guy who has a hardcore Southern accent with the Harvard University degree.
Well, Jimmy Carter went to Annapolis. I mean, that's kind of
Is
Is he from the South?
Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
He's from Georgia,
Okay. But he didn't have a...
Isn't that a country?
the other Georgia. He doesn't have a Southern accent. He's got about the biggest Southern accent you've ever heard.
It's pretty
Okay.
Southern accent.
All right.
What about Bill Clinton?
Okay.
That dumbass.
He went to Georgetown and Yale and Oxford. He was a Rhodes Scholar, for God's sakes.
And he's only known for...
I think Rhodes Scholars are pretty smart.
Rhodes Scholars?
Eh.
Yeah.
I think it's like any other school. Some smart, some dumb. Just a label. That's the point you're trying to make, I assume, right? That a person is deeper than whatever their education
No.
is.
Well, he just threw out the expression pedigree trap.
I think that you shouldn't rely on someone's pedigree, or pedigree of any kind, really, to take a shortcut into making a decision about things. It's just like stereotypes, right? I mean,
Right.
what percentage of stereotypes are true? Just off the cuff, in your opinion.
20% is like the number that comes to mind for me.
So you think 20% of stereotypes are true? Stereotypes are true?
Yeah. I don't know why it's such a low number.
I think 50.
Okay, well
think it's
that's
way
that.
higher than
Yeah, so like that's the thing, right? I mean, there may be truth in stereotypes, but if people are sitting there saying, there are a lot of people sitting there saying, "Oh, you can't believe all the stereotypes," then you can't believe all the pedigree things either.
I definitely agree with that. Because when they think stereotypes, they always think like minorities and things like that. But there's a stereotype to someone who has a college degree. You assume, oh, they have to be educated. They have to be
Yeah,
respectful.
but education doesn't necessarily mean smart.
No, not at all.
Smarts.
But that's the stereotype. I guess is like, oh, he has a Harvard degree. He has to be amazing at whatever he does automatically. And
I think if that person is a certain type of person, yes.
but not everyone at Harvard is amazing.
No.
There's a lot that aren't.
What if
that's-
you've just had stuff like really easy all the time and then some hard stuff comes?
And they fail or succeed.
No, I mean as a Harvard graduate, like maybe things have always come easy to you
Are you talking about in school or in life?
in life.
Well, then that's a different subject.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
lot.
but like hard things thrown at you that you got to figure out, and maybe at school you're always spoon-fed stuff, or you weren't really taught to think about things.
I think he's self-identifying a little bit too much here.
Do you need a hug?
No,
Do you need a hug?
Because you're like
I need a hug.
you're like a Kiwi Kennedy, right? You're Kiwi royalty. You went to the best schools and worked at the big places.
Mm-hmm.
So
all of that is true.
yeah. So he's thinking I'm talking about him, which I'm not. I'm actually thinking of Carly Simon right now. You're so vain. You probably think this song is about you, don't you?
Now I hear Matt singing that right now.
I'm not talking right now.
He's got that weird grin on his face, like you're an asshole.
I didn't think you were talking about me.
Well, then you were correct. I was not.
But why is it called the Pedigree Trap? It's the trap of believing that people, just because they have pedigree, that they're going to be able to do stuff.
Yeah, just like it could just as easily be the stereotype trap. But
For some reason, I thought of dogs when you said pedigree.
Did you think of dog food?
Don't get a bulldog because they got all kinds of breathing problems and
That's true.
I guess
The
French
pedigree
bulldogs.
dogs have some huge problems.
all the dog pedigrees have some problems. Maybe we should get them to start.
Anything that's purebred, like purebred German Shepherds, same deal. They got hip problems.
Yeah, but I'll take a German Shepherd over a bulldog any day. Bulldogs are ugly little fucks.
They're
You can't
cute.
breed. No, they're fucking ugly.
I'd like a bulldog from the 1830s. Those dogs were
Oh yeah,
hardcore.
before they got messed up with the breeding and stuff.
And they breed like someone who
German
has
Shepherds
fence.
are cool. I would love a German Shepherd.
That's a beautiful dog.
As long as there's someone else to pick up.
My
after
uncle
it.
used to have a German Shepherd. It had hip problems towards the end of its life, but it was a huge dog, and it's one of the few that I like to hang out
Why
with.
do they have hip? Do you guys try to ride the damn dogs? Why do they have these hip problems?
That's just I don't know, genetic issues.
Yeah.
Kind of like how bulldogs are just prone to having breathing problems no matter what.
Yeah.
See, I always thought the hip problems. I don't know.
You would think that the Germans would be able to engineer a better dog.
They weren't given enough time. They had a slight bump towards the end of the war.
They had a couple 100 years, dude.
But some purebreds are fine.
Yeah, like the Korean
Koreans. Yeah.
Well, clearly everything from Korea is superior.
Dude, I had a pair of shorts made in Korea that lasted for 17 years.
Were they made by dogs? Why are you sitting there talking about it now?
I don't know.
Were they sewn by dogs? That puts a pretty...
They were sewn by Koreans, I assume.
Ooh.
That's a funny little visual for me, like a little dog sitting there at a sewing machine.
That's how productive their society is.
What's the Korean
dogs are
dog
working.
called again?
Shindo?
Shindo?
Shindo.
I can't say it properly.
It's an adorable dog.
Well, I thought it had a different name, that breed.
No, I think they call them Jindos here, but that's a little off.
It's wrong, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that like the Shiba Inu?
No, it's a little bit smaller than a German Shepherd.
Mm-hmm.
And
Super aggressive, right?
So Shindu?
Jin.
Jindo.
Why, is that like your neighbor's dog?
No, my neighbor's got a Shiba Inu.
Ah, it's the Shiba Inu that always growls at me.
Does his dog have a degree from Harvard?
The dog doesn't.
No, that dog has a degree from Seoul National University.
Boom. Low
The Shiba
blow.
Inu doesn't like me. It always growls at me.
Because it's a Japanese dog, don't like the white people.
Ah. Oh, I get that.
Yeah, it was really funny. That dog she always growls at you, doesn't she?
Just,
That's not even really a growl. It's like a...
One time she was growling at me, and then Dave was rubbing her behind the ears, and she was kind of confused. She didn't know whether to growl or appreciate the fact that she was being scratched, so she kind of gave like a half growl. I was like,
Now, is a dog just not like you, or is it anybody that's white?
I think it's mostly... No, it likes my other neighbors.
just me.
Okay, then I thought it was a racist dog.
It is a
Nah.
racist dog.
Doesn't like
a couple-
Kiwis.
There's a couple racist dogs.
Yeah, it doesn't like Kiwi, Irish, Catholics, Roman Catholics.
I had an ex-girlfriend who had a dog, and the dog would only bark at old Mexican men. I have no idea why. It would only bark at her dad, and anyone that was walking on the neighborhood that was like an older generation.
Maybe her dad used to kick it.
Huh, I never thought of it that way. That there's a reason why he hates old Mexican men, specifically.
There's usually a reason a dog hates somebody.
I thought they were just fucked up.
Well, dogs can carry grudges, I suppose.
Yeah. I've had dogs either really like a person or really hate somebody.
I think we've come off the rails.
I think
Oh, yeah.
I think this is a good stopping point for the day.
Thanks for tuning in for the week.
And don't go to Harvard.
Not if you can help it, but it's a good little bump on your pay. So if you get a chance, then go.
All right, thanks for tuning in to Low Fat Podcast. You can find us on YouTube. Just search Low Fact. You can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/lowfactpodcast. If you want to chat to us, send us some comments, or have us talk about some things, just send an email to lowfactpodcast@gmail.com. You can also follow us on our Twitter and Instagram pages at lowfactpodcast. And also check out Andy's pages where he mixes our beats, Twitter and Instagram at Fantasy Beat. And you can also find his wicked ass shit on SoundCloud at Artificial